In Chicago, if you ride the bus, that's the one thing you don't do. Is to sit your dumb ass right in the dummy seat. What dude sitting there? Look at them bitches. You get smacked right there. You get robbed right there. You get punched in your shit right there. All type of shit. Don't ever sit right here.
First, I would like to say thank you to that young man for making that video. If more young people like that made videos warning people about what not to do in certain parts of town or certain cities around the country, this world would be a safer place. A word to the wise, do not sit in the dummy seat on, I don't know if that was a bus or a train in Chicago. Don't do that, because like he said, he knows for a fact that that's the dummy seat. You'll get punched, you'll get robbed. As a matter of fact, he's probably the one doing the punching and the robbing, so take it from him and don't do it. And I'm going to go further into this story a little bit that I'm making right now. You do not want to take any mode of public transportation when you become an adult. Now, when you're a kid, when you're an adult with a disability where you can't have a driver's license, you can't operate a vehicle safely, maybe you're blind, maybe you're in a wheelchair and you don't have full mobility, and you have to rely on public transportation, then this little bit of advice isn't for you. But this is a perfect example. When you see videos like this, or when you see videos on YouTube of people on the subway in New York or on the subway in Los Angeles, on the train, people fighting, doing drugs, women getting fondled and groped, and all these kinds of weird, disgusting things that you read about online or that you watch videos of. This is why when you're a kid, whether you're 14, 15, 16, even up to 20, 21, 22, when you watch this shit, this is why you want to work really, really hard to get a driver's license. You want to work very, very hard to get a vehicle. I don't give a damn if that vehicle is 30 years old and a rusted piece of shit. I don't care if the rust is going down through the floor and you can watch the street as you're driving. I don't care if you can do a yabba dabba do and move your feet in that car and you go down the street. You drive whatever vehicle, whether it's a scooter, a motorcycle, a moped, a beat up car with a bad transmission and it only goes 25 miles an hour. You do whatever it is that you do to not ride on public transportation, because it gets to a certain point. Now, I'll say this. If you live in a heavily congested city where it's just not conducive to have a vehicle, which it's pretty much only New York, that's really the only city that it's not worth it to have a vehicle. Other than that, every other city that I've been to, you need to have a vehicle. Maybe Boston might be in that on that list too, but definitely only New York. You want to have a vehicle so you avoid shit like that you just seen, where a guy's basically telling you, anybody that sits right there, you're at risk of getting robbed, getting assaulted. Chicago is a very, very, very dangerous city, to say the least. Now, if you go on one side of it, on the north, it's safe, but if you're in the south, it's very, very dangerous. And that's why I tell you guys, you can learn a lot from me by watching my channel. Shit that I say, I'm not just blowing smoke up your aces. I'm, letting you know that this is what you want to do with your life, and if your parents aren't there to help you, maintain a yourself and helping you with your, getting a car or getting a vehicle, then it's got to be up to you. Or maybe, you have a homeboy that you could use his car to take the driving test. Do whatever it is that you got to do to avoid taking public transportation. Because when you reach the age of, after about 22, 23 years old, if you're on the bus, that's a you problem. And chicks ain't going to fuck with you. They're not going to fuck with some loser on the bus. Again, unless you have some disability, then you're totally excused. If you're a kid, it's totally excused. But, if you're a guy and you're above the age of 23 and you're still on the bus, something's wrong with your ass. And hopefully you will do everything you can in your power to correct that situation and get that vehicle. And again, who cares? Who cares what kind of vehicle it is that you're driving? Who cares if it's a minivan? Hey, I'm not taking public transportation. Your broke ass is. That's why you're watching my video, while you're taking broke ass public transportation. Hey, at least I'm here to, you know, keep you entertained.